What's going on, guys? This is Hexen, and this is a continuation from last video that I just did. If you guys want to see that video real quick, I suggest you go see it before, because you're gonna get lost what I'm gonna be talking about here. The link will be in the doobly-doo below, aka description below, the very first one. So just click on it before you watch this one, so you guys can stay in touch on the news. So let me start by saying this is all just pretty much this part video of the video is gonna be information of the old class 7 and a couple of characters, so you guys can see where they're at and what kind of description they have on the magazine in particular. So let's talk about here the Kruger of the Severing Change. And by the way, Kruger is Sharon. She was given the name Sharon when she was working as a maid, but she's called Kruger. I don't know if that's her real name, but while she was working for Lisa's family, she was called Sharon. So it says here about Kruger, aka Sharon. The new enforcer Ouroboros with the title of the Severing Chain, once serving the Sherman arena as an employee of the Rainfall family. She was impeccable supermaid and supported Alisa and her group by using the freedom allotted to her as an enforcer. After the return of Black Armor, her contract with Arena was completed, and so she returned to the association as an enforcer, directing her blade towards Alisa. So, like I said before in the last video, she is no longer working for Alisa's family anymore since her father is back. There was some kind of contract, and basically she's enemy. She's an enemy in the game now. Now it says here about Witches in Revelation. Vita, who lost her parent early on, displayed a great affinity for magic and became the greatest disciple of Roselia, the head of the witches. Emma lived in a secluded town with her mother, but since her mother passed away in an unfortunate accident, she was raised by Roselia and grew up to see Clotilde, aka Vita, as her real sister. So I think the key that we know that says here that we didn't know that Emma's mom passed away in an unfortunate accident. Like I said before, hopefully when we visit Emma's village, we get to know more about Emma's origin, like what happened to her family and stuff, and how she was raised. So let's move on here to the next few characters. Scarlet Roselia, well, she might appear young. She's actually 800 years old. Holy shit, this is her actual age, 800 years old, and the chief of the Hexen breed. Emma and Vita are like her family, but she is not connected to them by blood and acts as a master of magic to them. When an accident occurs in the Empire, in order to prevent the spread of the curse, she reveals her identity to Rin and assists with her power as a witch. So yeah, we saw this in Cosio 3, when as you play, you can see that Rin has like this kind of like moment of flashback or something that only Rin can see her, like time freezes. So yeah, pretty much this is her. She's over she's 800 years old. She is the Lolita of this game, basically. Full Lolita. Alright, so it says here about Vita. She's the second Angus of Ouroboros, as we know, as well as a member of the Hexen breed. She assisted the organization for the purpose of carrying out the Phantom Flame project. In the final phase, Chancellor Osborne hijacked the plan. After that, due to disagreement of opinion, she began to grow distant from the association. She resumed her activity in various parts of the empire at the request of the Nescayenne Muse, who aimed to contact her as a sponsor. During their misfortune in the empire capital, she reunited with Aurelia and joined the newly formed Wasteland Army. So yeah, that's pretty much. I think we pretty much know most of this information, so we're gonna move on. So here we're gonna talk about a little bit of the old class 7 here. So we're gonna talk about Haley Crane, a genius musician who is traveling throughout the empire. After graduating from Thor's military academy, he attended a musical institute in the imperial capital and made his debut as a musician. With the influence of the National Mobilization Act and the invocation of the abominable curse, Haley traveled throughout the empire, attempting to soothe the populace. The Empire Army, to which his father belongs, became an enemy who he has to resist. And that is interesting. I don't know what happened to his father that he will become what will Elliot fight his own father? This is interesting right here. I think this might have to do something with the curse, but we will see what happens. Alright, it says here about Marcus Rennes, the son of the Governor Rennes of Hendar. After graduating from the military academy, he studied at the Political Science Institute and found a job at the Judicial inspectorate. While working under the pressure of the Imperial government, he lent his power to assist Ring and the New Class 7. Driven by desperate circumstances due to the incident in the Imperial City, he takes action by himself, seeking to correct the path of the Empire. So that's pretty much Marcus. Now it says here about Laura, which I think I actually care about her as a character. I really did never care about Marcus that much. I always thought he was kind of like boring. So he says here about Laura. She inherited the arts style and became master of the school. The safety of her father Vita, who served as a captain of the Bone Courier, seems to have big influence on her subsequent activities. This is a screenshot here you can see with Gaius. And it says here about Gaius. He inherited the stigma from the 8th dominion of the crazy Vita Backhorn and became one himself. He will wield his power to the fullest. So nothing much is said about Laura and Gaius, unfortunately. They are going to be playing a key in the game, of course, because Laura's father, we don't know his fate, whether he's died, he's alive or dead. And Gaius, he's the 8th of minions, so he's definitely gonna have to be playing some kind of key moment in Cosio 4. Hopefully, we don't know much about Gaius, unfortunately. He's one of those characters that need to be shined more. We don't know much, so let's see if it gets developed more on Cosio 4. So let's talk about Fee here. After graduating from the military academy, she acted as a bracer, which of course we already know for Cosio 3. In the previous work, why was Roger the leader of Sephiroth alive? Why was he cooperating with the gnomes? And that is pretty much all of the description there is to Fee. They keep it very vague. She wants to know why Roger is working for basically to Ouroboros, why he's working with Osborne and everything. So they keep it open. Nothing much is said about that. This is just a description there, just to keep us, typing on edge in our seat. So let's move on. It says here, Aurelia Lequain, the lady ruler of the county of Lequain with the province of Lamere, with the title Golden Rakasha. I think that's how you pronounce that word. For whatever reason, this should serve as the principal of Taurus 2, order to withdraw and form a new aristocracy faction. And yeah, we pretty much know about this Aurelia, so we're gonna move on. Nothing new there as terms of information. Randall Orlando, a former hunter from the Dagger Corps Red Constellation and a member of the Special Support Section across Bell. In Sen 3, he served as a teacher of taxi. At Taurus 2 in this work. Whose side is he on? So I guess just kind of just keeping it open here with this character description. So let's just keep moving on forward. You guys can make your interpretation of this. This is a lot. There's a lot of stuff here. Keldrick Ray's honor, the crown prince of the Rebonian Empire who has the right to succeed to the throne. He was enrolled at Thor's main school, but after becoming Awakener of the Vermilion Knight, he assisted the plan of the Chancellor, of course, with Osborne. He is, frankly, like I said many times before, one of the most hairy characters in the game. Everybody hates this guy. I hate this guy because he is the reason that Million died at the end of Cosio 3. So yeah, fuck this guy. Let's move on here. Oh, Principal Bandek. It says, a person who was the Marshal of the Imperial Army and the Director of Thors. During the events of 3, he resigned from his position as Director to rejoin the Imperial Army. Oh man, Principal Bandek. I don't think he even show up at Cosio 3. So he's gonna be playing a role in Cosio 4. That's actually interesting because he's one of the characters that actually play a role in the history of Rebonia. So it's kind of weird that we never got to see him in Cosio 3 at all. Like, I don't think he was even mentioned. He was not even mentioned. I'm pretty sure he was not even mentioned. So he's gonna be in the Imperial Army. So there you go. He's gonna play a role in the game. Says here about Claire, mayor of the RMP and one of the Iron Blood who report directly to the Chancellor. She was for the Chancellor, but also friendly to Reed. What is the final position she will take? Like I said before in one of my videos on one of the Cosio 4 news videos, I think she is going to be the one that betrays Osborne in the end. Due to I'm pretty sure she's unhappy with what happened with Million at the end of Cosio 3. So I think Claire, in one of the bigger moments in the game, she is going to betray Osborne. How is that going to play out? We will see, but I'm betting money that she is the one that's going to betray Osborne in the end, somewhere in Cosio 4. Probably could be in the ending, could be in the middle of it. We will see. And the next stuff I'm going to be talking about are basically screenshot descriptors of the magazine. So I'm going to read a few here. What it says here. The match that's out there for the Auto Horse is the true face of Sharon. Of course, Sharon. This is the real Sharon that we see with her outfit. A reunion with her father, who was supposed to be dead. Separation from Sharon, who she trusts more than anyone. Will Elisa be able to get over it? The weapons, armors developed were used by Wasteman and were called combat shells. So yeah, we already see the combat shells back in second chapter in Trolls in the Sky. So let's keep it going. Irina talking with Albrecht. They exchange far different than a normal couple. Of course, man. Like, he faked his own death. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be normal than a normal couple. Alright, let's keep it going. Albrecht, head of the North, also used a tactical shot to fight. Yep, so like I said before, what is the real intention of Albrecht, who took the identity known as France. Although Vita takes action separate from Aurora, is her end goal not also the treasure? We really do not know what Vita's trying to do, siding with Mills and Aurelia. So I think the biggest conspiracy that's going on right now is that Vita's gonna take Aurelia to the Golden Divine Knight. Like, we still do not know yet anything about the Golden Divine Knight. Conda hasn't said anything about it. I think next month on May 10th, when the next magazine drop, he might drop some hint about the Golden Divine Knight. We still do not know who is the final Awakener. So I think Vita could potentially make Aurelia the last Awakener for the Golden Divine Knight. So we will see. We still do not know anything about this. So let's keep it going here. What he says. Emma wishes to be towards Vita, but she actually confronting her. Her eyes are sharper than before. This is referencing her no longer using her glasses, or as you guys have said before in the last video, she uses her glasses to suppress her powers, but she does no longer need to do that because she lost her glasses. So she is going to be using her full power to her full potential, basically. So, and says here about Roselia emerges in a misty forest. Does it have a different atmosphere than usual? And I'm gonna show you guys the picture here that they show of Roselia, and it says here her left arm changes the shape to attack. Is this the part of the witch who controls fire? So this is actually the first time that the game references her as the witch that controls fire. I'm pretty sure, I mean, in Cosio 4, when Rin was like having like this conversation with her, the screen will go red. So it's kind of inferring that she kind of controls fire. So this is actually interesting that, you know, one of the wishes that she uses fire to attack, basically. So, alright, let's keep it going here. It says here, the village of the witches finally appears. What are the purpose of the central pedestal and the large door? So this is kind of like giving us giving us like a little poking ideas to see what kind of theories we can come up with. So there you go. The landscape looks alike, but it's a possibility that this is the place that Kurt awakens. So Kurt is kind of like a little hint there that probably Kurt begins waking up in Emma's village. So yeah, let's keep it going. Vita accompanies them to the Wasteland Army, but does she come as a swordsman or as a strategist? Fiona, Elliot playing the violin in front of a church. The music seems to actually heals people's mind. As you guys remember, called the end of Cosio 3, everybody's mind was starting to go like mad, like crazy. Everybody starts to start fighting each other. So I think Helia's gonna be like around Erebonia trying to like calm people down due to the curse. So we will see. Marcus grew up admiring his father, but now he has objection to his father's actions. Elliot says that Beryl, director of the occult research department, was leading Yuna somewhere. When the old schoolhouse was closed during the trial, why only those with the Arcus enter? And this is just, a question that Conda's kind of giving us here in the end. And that's it, guys. This is all the news that has come out so far as of April 25th. More news is going to be dropping on May 10th. Chances are it's going to be coming sooner because this, like I said, this news was supposed to drop on Thursday, but as I'm recording this, it's Wednesday morning, basically. So the news is coming 1 to 2 days early. So as you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like on it. I do appreciate it. It helps me a lot. And I'll see you guys on May 10th for the next Cosio 4 news. As you guys know, when the whatever, even if it comes a day or two early, I'm gonna drop the video so you guys know what's going on. The comments are fantastic, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Gotcha.